Hey everyone, and welcome. We're all feeling it, right? At the grocery store, at the pump, that little bit of extra pressure. Well, today we're going to connect the dots between what's happening in your wallet, the big economic headlines, and the incredible tech that's about to change how all of us shop.
So this is really the billion-dollar question. Is the consumer engine that drives our economy finally starting to sputter out? You feel the pinch, but then you see these headlines that are kind of all over the place. Let's cut through all that noise and look at what the data is actually telling us.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll get a lay of the land with the overall economic climate. Then, we'll zero in on the squeezed consumer. After that, we'll dive into the restaurant battleground, see what tech's next move is, and finally, we'll look ahead to see what this all really means.
First up, the economic climate. You know, before we can get to what's happening in your shopping cart, we've got to zoom out and look at the big picture. And let me tell you, it is a very mixed bag right now. We're getting some signals that are pointing up and others that are flashing some serious warning lights. So on the one hand, there are some really positive signals out there. I mean, check this out. Existing home sales were up over 4% year over year in September. And the thinking is, this is all thanks to mortgage rates coming down just a little bit and homes just getting a tad more affordable.
And it's not just the housing market feeling good. Take a look at the industrial sector. Companies like the Alamo Group are being valued near the top of their historical range. That shows some serious confidence in parts of the economy that, have nothing to do with your day-to-day shopping.
Okay, so we have some good news. But, and this is a big but, when we zoom in on the average person, the story starts to change. We're beginning to see some cracks in the foundation.
And wow, does this chart lay it all out? Just look at this Bank of America data. The slowdown in just 1 month is staggering. For high-income folks, spending growth went from almost 6% down to just 1.5%. And for the low-income group, it flatlined. It basically dropped to zero. That is like slamming on the brakes hard.
And it's not just what the numbers say, it's what people are planning to do. This quote from a KeyBank survey really hits it home. The middle-income group, which is, the engine of the economy, is basically saying, yeah, we're pulling back. We're planning to buy less stuff.
So what happens when people decide to buy less? Well, it has immediate real-world consequences. You can see it right here. Places like fast casual restaurants are feeling the hit, especially because their main customers, younger people, are facing higher unemployment right now. And all this pressure on the consumer, well, it's turned the restaurant industry into an absolute battleground. It is a total fight for every single dollar you are willing to spend.
So how are they fighting? Value. It is a full-on value onslaught out there. I mean, look at this list. KFC's bringing back old favorites. Pizza Hut's got these huge family bundles. Wendy's is rolling out new tenders. And McDonald's, they're bringing back extra value meals with a big discount. It is an all-out price war. And what's super interesting is that it's forcing brands to pick a side. You see two totally different paths emerging. On one side, you've got the giants, like McDonald's, who are doubling down on value, like their $5 meal deal to get those budget-conscious customers in the door. But on the other side, you've got brands like Black Rock Coffee Bar doing the exact opposite. They're gambling on aggressive growth, opening new stores in high-end areas. Two completely different bets on where the future is headed.
But in a fight like this, not everyone can win. Some brands are getting caught right in the middle. Take Jack in the Box. Their core customer is feeling the pinch, and that's putting a real squeeze on their sales. It is a tough spot to be in.
Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and talk about technology, because tech isn't just reacting to all this. It's actively reshaping how we buy everything, and this is where it gets really cool. So let's look at the future for a second. There's this concept called agentic commerce. Sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Imagine just telling your phone, hey, find me the best deal on new running shoes in my size, and just buy them. This isn't science fiction. PayPal is already partnering with AI companies to make this happen, letting you go from just an idea to checkout in a single step. This could literally change the game for online shopping.
But back in the here and now, in the tech wars being fought today, it all comes down to one thing: efficiency. And in the food delivery battle, DoorDash has a huge advantage. Just look at these numbers. Their costs are almost half of Uber Eats as a percentage of what you pay. That means they're way more profitable on every single order. That is a massive edge.
So what do you do with all that extra cash from being so efficient? You invest it in the future. And the future of delivery isn't just about your dinner anymore. We're talking autonomous delivery robots, expanding into groceries and retail, and even building ad platforms for small local stores to compete with the big guys. It's getting so much bigger than just food.
Okay, so let's bring this all together.
What does this all mean for the future? We've got a consumer who's stretched thin, companies fighting tooth and nail for their money, and technology that's changing the rules of the game. Let's connect the dots and figure out who's set up to win.
And if you want to see what a winning playbook looks like, just look at Starbucks. Analysts think Starbucks could hit over $4 in earnings per share in the next few years. Now, how are they going to do that? Is it just by selling more coffee? Nope. The secret is a relentless focus on efficiency and cutting costs. And that is the big takeaway here. In this kind of tough economy, being lean and efficient is how you come out on top.
And that really brings us back to the big question we started with. We are at this incredible moment where cautious consumers are meeting world-changing technology. The winners of tomorrow, they're going to be the companies that can deliver real, honest-to-goodness value, operate super efficiently, and use tech in smart ways to reach their customers. The only question left is, who's it going to be?